Yo, what's up, man? What's good out here in these YouTube streets? I'm just trying to put my input on Mr. Aaron Rodgers returning to the Green Bay Packers after a hiatus this offseason. A lot of people speculated that Rodgers would not be back with his team this year because the two legends, Bart Starr and Brett Favre, that they had before him, were there exactly 16 years, and last year was his 16th year. And what's good, True? And Rodgers, he was real offended when they drafted Jordan Love, and I kind of felt the vibe that they was finna do that because Aaron Rodgers was having like a down season. He wasn't like a bad quarterback. He just wasn't putting up MVP numbers. And that was going on about 3 years straight, man. So the Packers, they tried to draft Jordan Love. They actually traded up. That's the disrespectful part about it. They traded up for the back of the first round. They traded up like 4 spots and got Jordan Love. So he was pissed off about that. And Jordan Love is the first offensive skill position that they drafted since he's been there. Nah, that's real bad and all that, but that could be a little overrated too because it's hella talent that comes out in the second and third round. I'm pretty sure they drafted something in the second round before and all that. It just teams be having that philosophy like that. They just don't want to draft high on skill positions. Not like they have a high draft pick or anything like that, but a lot of these teams they don't want to spend a first round pick at all on a skill position. And then Aaron Rodgers looking across the street to the team that they lost to, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, how they just gathered up a shitload of talent when Brady got there and surrounded this man with everything he needed to win. If you check the Super Bowl, the main contributors were Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, and Leonard Fournette. 3 offseason additions that they made while adding Tom Brady, a 42-year-old quarterback at that. They did a better job building around him in 20 years at the Patriots offensively. That was literally the best roster that Tom Brady has ever had, if you ask me. And they going to be right same roster next year and another year of experience for them young DBs they got. And they got just talent at every position. I feel like they got 2 top 6 linebackers and Devin White and Levante David. Cause I went through the linebackers and shit, and I had them 2 in the top 6. And a lot of teams, they don't value that linebacker like how it used to be, man. Especially my Chiefs, dog. We ain't have the elite linebacker since Derek Johnson, bro. And that was about 5 years ago, man. But I think people need to put a respect on the middle of the field, man, because they can cover a lot of ground, dog. They can play the passing game, the running game. They versatile, can rush the quarterback. Like them 2 really athletic, do-it-all guys they got at linebacker. You should have looked at Levante David in that Super Bowl, man. He was guarding Kelsey just as good as I seen anybody, man. And I literally watched pretty much all the Chiefs games. Levante David was causing hell for him. He still had 100 yards, but it took a lot of more targets than it usually take. And that back end they got with Murphy Bunting and Carlton Davis, they just getting better and they getting more used to that scheme and they're playing together. The Bucks are going to be dangerous once again. I think they retained all of their players. But if we check the history, People don't repeat as Super Bowl champions like that. But they got the quarterback if they think they gonna repeat because Tom Brady was actually the last quarterback that won back to back in New England in the early 2000s. I think that was 03, 04. So yeah, the Bucks they gonna be the favorites a little bit, but Green Bay they reworked Rodgers' schedule. I mean Rodgers' contract to where it's voided after this year. So if he don't see what he likes after this season, he's gone. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, if Green Bay don't make the Super Bowl, I believe he's gone. Now, if they get to the Super Bowl and they lose like this close game, or I don't know, I think if they get there and they get blowed out, I think he still might leave. But they gotta at least get there, man, to keep Rodgers. Well, Rodgers, he was gone all off season. They tried to see when Mahomes and Brady redid their contracts, they tried to get Rodgers to do the same, but he wasn't even responding to the team. And then, like 2 weeks ago, they tried to re-up Aaron Rodgers, but he turned that down too. And he was just telling them straight up, man, it ain't about the money. It's about the talent. We got to get over this hump. Aaron Rodgers threw for 360 yards in that NFC Championship game, and they were in position to win it. But bad decisions by the players and the coaches. Rodgers should have tried to run it in, and Matt LaFleur should have never kicked the field goal and gave Tom Brady the ball back with fucking 2 minutes left. And that was just the end of the game right there. It just felt like the Packers been close, but not close. And Rodgers said at his press conference that, hey, it's all up in the air. He got to see what he want to do at the end of this season. He want input on the roster and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, he has been carrying his team for a long ass time. It's been Rodgers or bust. That's why I respect Rodgers. But just get a man some input. Just get a man some input. He deserved it. He's proved to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I mean, you should be bending over backwards to be loading this team up with talent like how Tampa Bay did for Brady. I just don't get it. But when Rodgers was out, they was even fucking up with Devontae Adams. If Rodgers was finna leave, Devontae Adams would want it out too. Cause he stopped wanting to negotiate with their ass too once he seen how they was doing Rodgers. Yeah, but Green Bay, I'm not gonna count them all the way out. I mean, the season hasn't even started yet. I gotta see how they look. But I expect them to be a top 2, 3 contender in the NFC still.